Hey, this is Roger from Agnostic Front, and you're watching CMS TV.
All right, I gotta just show you something that's funny. This has nothing to do with nothing,
Okay.
except for it's sort of music related, and it's the world I get into sometimes. So I don't know if you saw in the locals or not, but I interviewed Jeff Young from Megadeth fame this week
Okay.
for the Kings of Thrash. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
I did not see that.
it was fine. I mean, it was okay. We talked about Megadeth and Kings of Thrash. Was what it was, right? But I don't know what it is about me, but I seem to somehow get these weird fucking interviews over and over and over. Remember I told you a couple weeks ago when I interviewed Phil Collin, and Phil was walking me through his house and introducing me to his wife and everything else in the middle of the interview?
I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, watch the interview. I left it all in.
All right.
Left it all in. He literally was like, I don't know. He was trying to remember like a tour date or something,
Okay.
and he didn't remember it. So he just picked up and started walking around his house and showing me his house and shit. And then
Right.
then he came up on his chick and he was like, when did we do this? And then he showed me the chick, and the chick's like, yeah, we did that last April or whatever she said. But it was just odd. And I always have these kind of odd things. When I interviewed Steve Unger we know him from Metal Church, but he
Yeah,
has a
of
band
course.
called Limberlost now. The whole band did the interview from all different places. He was laying out by a pool doing the interview. So he's laying in the sun, no shirt, just holding a selfie stick doing the interview. It was so fucking bizarre, right? So these goofy fucking things happen. So fast forward to this week, I'm interviewing Jeff Young from Kings of Thrash and Megadeth, right?
Right.
For some reason unknown to me, he's got a chameleon with him, and during the entire interview, he's playing with the chameleon.
Okay.
Let me see here. Share this.
Was its name Karma?
Yeah, exactly. I even asked him at one point, I said, do you collect these things or something? He goes, no, just like chameleons.
All right.
All right. Here, take a look. It's small. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not real well, but you can see he's just maneuvering it on his arm and stuff. Watch this. No sound.
Intended. I mean, I'm sure we would have played a Megadeth song here and there, but everything came
You see it
out
on his
of,
arm?
including
I see it.
our single that brought us here today, and the video
What the-
Bullets Ready, which we're happy to say is top 10 this week.
Nice.
Woo-hoo. I got a phone.
Dude, this went on for the whole interview.
He's so distracted by that.
I
thing.
know.
I mean, he's trying to give you an answer, and he's looking down every 2 seconds to see where this thing
Don't
is
see where this damn chameleon.
crawling around on his arm.
It was so fucking bizarre. And I don't know. What do you do in that case? Do you say, hey, can you put down the fucking chameleon? I mean, what do you say? You just deal with it.
Well, maybe it's one of those. What do they call people? People have those animals.
Oh, a service?
Not a service animal, but an
anxiety pet or whatever?
Whatever it is. Maybe that's like
That's his anxiety chameleon?
Yeah, he might have some kind of a thing about doing interviews or something, and this is kind of like to keep them distracted or
I guess. I don't know. It was...
emotional support.
Yeah, emotional support chameleon.
Yeah.
It was very bizarre, to say the absolutely. And it wasn't like at the beginning of this interview and then that was it. It was the whole interview. He was playing with the fucking with this chameleon.
All right.
So stupid.
I hope he doesn't get salmonella from that.
He said he caught it in his yard or something, so it certainly wasn't like taken care of in any way.
Yeah, it's just
It's just a rodent.
lizard or whatever.
Yeah. He stopped a garden snake from dinner. That's about it. Anyway, that's all I had for that. I
All
just
right.
wanted to show you that because it was so
He's
fucking
just like
stupid.
he's like really fixated on it.
He was real focused on this thing, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do or what to say about this. Because what do you say?
It's like, well, should we do this another time so you can focus on your chameleon, or
Well, and then if that wasn't goofy enough, then I get the phone call from, this was set up by our friend Muncie.
Mhm.
Muncie calls me and leaves a message because I didn't get it. I was busy. But he leaves a message. He's like, and you know how he is. He's like, bro, what's up, man? He's like real bro guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, bro, what's going on? I heard that you missed the interview with Jeff Young. And I'm like, what? And I texted him back, and I was like, dude, I didn't miss it. I did it. I was like, it happened. It's done. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, well, Jeff's kind of like that. What?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So he may have like some kind of a anxiety thing, or
Maybe. I don't know.
who knows.
I don't know. The whole thing is just weird. It just was very weird.
Everybody's got their little quirks.
They do. They definitely do. But I wonder if he's fun to be with, like on tour, or if he's weird like this.
Or he might be, he might just kind of keep to himself.
I'm just thinking about, so at one point there was him who comes off that, I've interviewed him before, but I don't remember. Seeing him and doing the interview face to face was kind of weird. It really was. It was kind of odd. Again, because he was playing with the fucking chameleon or whatever. But I just, in my head, I was thinking, all right, you got Dave Mustaine, who's an absolute asshole. You had Nick Menza, who was a big-time conspiracy guy and UFO guy and all that other shit. And then you got this guy playing with chameleons and, being all weird.
And not remembering he talked to you.
Yeah, now remember he talked to me the day before. I was just like, what was going on in Megadeth back in the mid-'80s? Jesus. That had to be a trip riding on the bus with those guys. Poor David Ellefson. No wonder he was a heavy user of drugs.
Well, since we're kind of in that vein of Megadeth and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Have you seen this nonsense with this Kurt Hammett and this making comments about Taylor Swift?
With the T-shirts? Like
Yeah.
She's a CIA op or something.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I honestly haven't even read the story because I try to avoid Taylor Swift news like the plague.
Well, of course. But this is a kind of a twofold story.
Okay. I don't really know the story real well.
All right. Metallica guitarist Kirk Hammett set off some controversy
Is it?
this month when he was spotted wearing a shirt declaring the pop's reigning queen, Taylor Swift, as a CIA psyop.
Okay.
Hammett was seen wearing the viral meme turned shirt through the thrash metal band's June 13th show in Budapest, Hungary. Of course, that choice of the attire drew the ire of many Swifties,
Did it?
with Taylor Swift fans having their say on the matter on social media at the expense of Hammett. Really? At the expense of him? The blowback from the shirt was enough that Hammett's recent onstage fall in Dublin, Ireland was viewed as some kind of karma for his apparent jab at the pop star. So apparently he fell off stage like a day or two after wearing the shirt.
Okay. So?
You gotta.
What happened?
There you go.
Oh, were you hearing that? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. It's muted on my end, so I didn't hear shit. So.
So anyway, they figured that because of his wearing the Swift shirt, the Taylor Swift shirt, And then falling off a stage a couple of days later was karma.
You know how tired I am of this fucking Taylor Swift?
I think everybody and their brother is.
Oh my God. And now we got to hear every day there's a fucking Taylor Swift wedding rumor and this and that. There's a rumor that Taylor checked herself into a studio to record a song that she's going to sing at her own wedding.
Yeah.
Gee, imagine that. A singer is going to sing a song at their own wedding.
Yeah.
How can that be?
Having people that work for you that quote unquote leak this information out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. Speaking with the Irish Times, Hammett recently went so far as calling the current state of pop music crap. Below, you can see how he got to that description, citing his concerns with the perfectionism and the like that modern technology has instilled in music at the cost of its soul. I started off learning off of records, just trying to develop my ear and learning songs and guitar solos from playing records over and over again. It's monotonous, tedious process, especially with the records, but I learned so much and all my friends were doing the same thing. We didn't have tablature. We didn't have music books. All we had was our ears and an album. And it was the real challenge because if you got 3 different guitar players together and said, okay, I'm the one on Van Halen's first album, all the 3 guitar players would play it differently. That was the same. There was some charm to that. I kind of lamented those days when people had to really struggle to learn this because in the struggle, it's all with determination and being inspired at the same time that forces you to come up with your own stuff and eventually your own sound and style. I just worry how things are so perfect these days, the musicianship. It's great that all these guitar players have all this vast knowledge of technique at their fingertips. I wonder where it's leading to. I hope it leads to a better quality pop music, popular music, just a better quality of songwriting. See, this is where Kurt is missing the whole point. AI has made it over.
Yeah,
People are not going to be writing songs and coming up with musicianship and writing good lyrics and stuff. It's over.
Kurt's a dinosaur at this point.
Yeah. At that point, he thinks that the old way of doing it is still going to be a thing.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done. Because right now, songwriting and pop music is crap. I'm hoping all these great musicians who can teach themselves through the internet setup and put all that great learning and all that great inspiration into creating new stuff, new songs, the future of music, and at a higher standard than what it is now, because all I can say again, it's crap. Sorry for all you pop fans out there.
Well, there's no way that's going to happen just for the fact that all the money's been sucked out of it now.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that nobody can go in and become Metallica is why nobody's going to put in that much effort into being Metallica.
Right.
Who's going to put in that effort that those, whether you like Metallica or you hate them, doesn't matter. There's no arguing that those guys made it by touring their balls off for a decade. They played 250 shows a year for a decade. And then even after they got popular, I mean, dude, it's that famous year and a half in the life of Metallica. That was a show every night for fucking 18 months. 18 months. That is dead. That day is gone. There's no band coming up that's going to do that. Dude, even the ones that have come up are absolutely failing. Did you see, you probably didn't see this, but I'll dive into the pop world for a minute. Lizzo, that big old pig.
Yeah. I saw that she sold 3,000 albums.
Yeah, 3,000 records. She's considered the top edge of pop. And she sold 3,000 records.
Yeah, but how do you count record sales these days?
They count streams. X number of streams equals a sale.
Okay.
So they will, they'll issue a platinum album if somebody does I don't know, a billion streams or whatever the number is. I don't know what the number is, but
yeah, is it song streams? How do you judge a whole album's worth of music?
You probably, there's probably some number, and again, I don't know this. I'm spitballing.
Okay.
There's probably some number. Let's say it's 1 billion. I'm just throwing any number out there. And if the collective of that album does 1 billion streams across the accredited platforms, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify, I don't know what else is still out there anymore. Is that
Amazon Music,
etc. If they do 1 billion streams, that equals like a million plays or something. Yeah, something like that.
Like 1 million albums worth.
Yeah, they consider that 1 million, like a platinum album or a platinum release. But yeah, look at Professor Tor. Lizzo hasn't been top edge for years. She's absolutely near the top edge. Who's at the top edge then, Tor? If it ain't Lizzo, is it? I mean, I'm imagining it's like Megan Thee Stallion, and it's Nicki Minaj, and who's the other one? Cardi B, Jelly Hole, Post Malone, maybe.
Sexy Red.
I don't think Sexy Red. I think her day has fallen apart.
I know. I was just making a joke.
I think she must have gone to prison with her prison boyfriend that she was singing about. Sabrina Carpenter, that's a good one. I mean, these are the ones that are popular today, I guess, but I don't see any of them. None of them are rising up to the level of even a mid, like a Tesla in the day. None of them are rising to that level. Do you really think 5 years from now or 10 years from now, people are going to be talking about Sabrina Carpenter? Or who's the one we always talk about? Chapel Rowan?
Yeah.
You know, Billie Eilish. I think Billie Eilish is probably still up at the top because she's doing huge tours too.
She is not an attractive girl.
She's got great tits, but great fatty tits. She's like a chubby girl with big fat tits, and I'm okay with that. She could do something with the face and the hair, and
that's what I'm saying. She is not an attractive.
She always looks like she's falling asleep. But she probably is. She's probably stoned all the time, if I had to guess. But she does always, doesn't she? She always looks like she's falling asleep.
Yeah, she's just got the heavy eyes all the time.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, though, in her defense, I've listened to a good bit of her music. I don't hate it. As that pop music goes, I really don't hate her. And I've said this on the show before. To much of a beatdown. I like that Bad Guy song. I don't care. I don't care how many people hate it. I like it. Florentine's probably taking my phone number out of his phone right now. Billie Eilish, fuck that guy.
Well, to wrap up this Kurt Hammett story real quick.
Yeah.
So the flip side of the coin here is Metallica's Kurt Hammett suffered a bit of karma. Is this karma? Friday, as the guitarist slipped off stage mid-concert days after wearing a shirt that inflamed Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah, is it really karma?
Is that really karma?
A guy worth $500 million fell down. Got him.
Did he do something bad to where he deserved that?
Yeah, he said something bad about Taylor Swift.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't just he put evil out into the universe. He just said something that the Taylor Swift fans didn't like so much.
Yeah. Is it bad that I agree with that stance that she is a fucking plant?
She is.
She's got to be a plant.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing about her that makes sense. Her music's not that good. She's not hot. She's definitely not. That's the part that gets me. For the amount of attention that she gets, she might be the plainest looking star of all time. Can you think of one other, and I'm talking movies, TV, anything. She's in the same world as like Rue McClanahan. Just not necessarily ugly, but not at all attractive either. Just there.
Yeah, she's just an average looking chick. Yeah.
Flat ass, no tits. Not great. I don't understand the fandom. I understand the teenage girls fandom, but I don't think that it's to that level, do you? There's not that many teenagers buying music. I don't get it.
Well, I think the phenomenon is something that that mom and daughter can share together.
Yeah, as long as you take a loan off dad's fucking job. Fucking, who said this? I gotta read it. J-Rad. Don't be hating on Rue now, Chris. I went for the most plain looking old lady I could think of.
You want to feel old?
Go ahead.
Do you realize that probably one of the best looking pop chicks in history, Susanna Hoffs and the Bengals, released Walk Like Egyptian 40 years ago?
Yeah.
40 years ago. 1986.
Yeah. Dude, in 4 years, the 80s will have been 50 years ago. 50!
Yeah, the start
Half
of
a
the
century.
80s. Yeah, isn't that wacky?
It's wacky because it's still the only time we care about.
Yeah, I know, but think about that. Walk Like an Egyptian. Everybody knows that song even to this day. 40 years ago this year.
Mm-hmm. Dude, it cracks me up now when I see like newer bands, like brand new bands. I had one this week. I don't remember the name of the band, otherwise I'd play it. But they released a cover of Limp Bizkit Break Stuff. And I was like, why would you cover a new and then I had to stop myself and say, wait a minute. I guess that
song's 30 years old.
That was 30 fucking years ago. It's been long enough for that to be covered at this point. And it's just, I still look at that as modern music. Like I do. I look at like Limp Bizkit and Nine Inch Nails and Manson and whatever as like modern. Don't you?
Yes, of course. Well, here's another weird thing as far as like having, what do you want to call, thinking about the distance between when something actually happened and, you know, and our recollection of it.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody and their brother, probably the most popular TV show on in the 70s was Happy Days.
Sure.
Which was supposed to have taken place in the late 50s.
Right.
Happy Days came on the air when the 50s were only 14 years prior.
Wow.
Think about that.
And it was supposedly this cutting edge, you know, oldie time show.
Yeah, and you think, oh man, I wish it was the 50s. What was the 50s just 14 years ago?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just so weird. You think about it in the 70s when you were a kid watching Happy Days and you think, man, the 50s were like a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when you think about when we were kids growing up, you know, for me, that would have been, my musical time would have been about 1980 on. You know, that would have been like middle school for me, was like 1980. And that's when I really got into music a lot. And when you think about that time frame, and you're probably in the same boat as far as the bands I'm about to name, the bands that we thought of as just ancient, old, the Beatles, Elvis, The Who, Rolling Stones, right? We thought of all those bands as ancient.
Right.
Those bands were like 10, 11 years past their prime only. Now our goddamn friends in the business have been doing it for 50 years.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's insanity. This would be like, the equivalent would be like if you jumped on to being a Dokken fan at Broken Bones.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of the same distance as we were at when we were discovering Motley Crue and thinking the old band was the Beatles.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now we're looking at it thinking, well, old Dokken, that must be Broken Bones or Lightning Strikes Again. Because like Lightning Strikes Again is almost 20. Wasn't that 2008?
2007.
2007. So next year it'll be 20.
Yeah, it'll be 20 years.
Since that to me seems like a very new record. I don't know how you feel about it, but to me that seems like a very new record. So anyway, while we're on this topic, last little thing I'll share with you, and this is something you should probably look up, but the fans may enjoy it too. There's a guy out on YouTube. He has a channel. His name is Paul Van Scott. He's just, you know what he looks like? Remember, what was that show? Not Give Me a Break. The one with Ted Baxter and Jim J. Bullock.
Oh, Too Close for Comfort.
Too Close for Comfort. This guy looks like Jim J. Bullock if he ate a bunch of cake. He's like fat Jim J. Bullock.
Okay, fat gay guy.
Yeah, pretty much. He may not be gay. I don't know if he's gay or not, but he's got the same. I'll put him on the screen here.
All right.
He's got the same hair and he's got like a weird shirt and stuff. Let me find him here. He does anyway to his channel. I'll put him on here in a second. His channel is it's all pop culture, it's all TV, and he reviews. I was watching a few of these today. He takes a year, like 90 to 91 TV season, and he's like, here's 10 shows that were canceled during that year that didn't make it out of the first season. And he does it for every year, like every TV season. Mm-hmm. And then he shows like little clips and who was in these shows and whatever. And it's fascinating because every one of these shows I don't remember, which, you know me, I am a TV nerd.
Right.
And I mean, he was doing one. There was some show called Haywire that was hosted by Gilbert Gottfried.
Okay.
And it lasted like 2 episodes in 1991 or something. I was like, how did I not see this? But 2 episodes, I guess how you miss it. But it's a fascinating channel of just shows that like you don't remember at all. But then you see the cast of it and it's like Johnny Galecki, who went on to do Roseanne and Big Bang Theory, or it's what's the guy's name? The Hey Now guy.
Oh,
Hey Now.
The bald guy.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. He was the father on Hangover.
Yeah, he's in everything.
Yeah.
He's in everything in the 80s. Like he was on the Ropers. Remember he was the neighbor on the Ropers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, but every one of these damn shows they show him and he's in these shows. It's crazy. Yeah, let me see. Let me put this on the screen here. Play you a little bit of it. This channel is great. I really, if you want a recommendation for a channel, this guy looks a bit dorky with his weird TV shirt and whatever. I guess he's trying to fit into the role of what he's doing. Okay. But he has this weird fucking TV shirt that does look weird.
So let's just take it, all right, Murray?
It's Leland. Here we are, rooms 101 and 3.
Now, this is one all by itself. This was some show called Amanda's. Do you remember this?
I do not.
I don't either.
I didn't watch much TV between probably 87 to 90. Let's see here. Probably 95. I didn't really watch much TV because I was working at the club.
Right. So you're sleeping.
I didn't watch much TV. And then during the early part of the 90s, I was on the road driving a truck for 4 years.
Yeah, so you really didn't see any.
I didn't see much TV at all.
Well, I watched every TV show that there ever was, it seemed like, except for any of these that this guy's pointing out, because I swear to God, I didn't know a single one of these shows. This is 82 to 83. That's prime time. I would have been about 14 years old at that point. I was watching TV. But the only reason I could think of I was missing it was that was the MTV era. So maybe I was watching MTV instead of this. But I just want to get to the guy here. I'll mute it till we get to the guy. Just because I want you to see him. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. But this is a fantastic channel. I really do want to stress that one to you. This is a great channel. If you're a TV dork like me, where is he at here? Here he comes. See, look at this guy. Doesn't he look like Jim J. Bullock?
Yeah, a little bit.
And look at, he's wearing a cassette shirt.
Yeah.
But it's a good show. I'll give this guy credit where credit's due. His channel is excellent. And I watched like
came up with a unique, gimmick.
Mm-hmm. And I watched, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes of it today, and really good. His channel is called Retro Rules Paul Van Scott. If you're an old school TV person, this is definitely a cool one to check out. And it's amazing how many, like I said, it's amazing how many of these guys started on bad canceled sitcoms. Like the guy that played Elliot on Law and Order, he was on one of these damn sitcoms, being a jokester guy. Then he goes on to be a badass lieutenant, and he's in Oz being just a scumbag prisoner. These guys do. It's weird seeing where they got their start, especially if they got famous. Mm-hmm. And then it's from some bullshit show that no one remembers. It's like, and then like half of them, they just repackage. Like there was some other show that I think it was this, or maybe it was the 1990 one. He was showing some show and he goes, well, here's this lady and here's Delta Burke. And both of them went on to be like the 2 leads in that Designing Women show. But it was their 3rd show together. They did Designing Women and they did this show that he showed. And then they did some other Delta Burke project that was like Welcome Madam President or some bullshit. I don't know. Of course I remember all this shit because I'm a TV loser. But
TV junkie.
I really am. I hate it because now there's no good TV to watch. Unless you watch Tubi and you watch shit from this era. I'm sure probably all these shows are probably on Tubi at this point. I'm going to have to look, but anyway, enough about the TV. I just wanted to share that little thing with you.
All right. Perfect. All right. Well, I think that'll wrap this segment.
All right.
Pretty quick.
Yep.
Very quick. All right. Well, let's jump back into the tunes here. Our own Shelly Rocks is going to be traveling, I guess, to go see Def Leppard next week.
All right. Good.
And she'd like to hear something from their High and Dry release. She'd like to hear the title track. So here's Def Leppard for Shelly Rocks with High and Dry Saturday night, exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.